Hi all, and welcome to today's card creation for Wow Embossing Powders. We're going to be playing with some new products as well as playing along with Ellen Hudson stamp sets. Some of the new products we'll be using is this Metalline First Frost, which was brought out earlier this year. And we are making a Mother's Day card because today is Mother's Day in some of the states and some of the areas around the world. I know especially where I'm from in Australia, and that's why I'm making today's special blog post and card creation on YouTube. These two amazing stamp sets are from Ellen Hudson, the Botanical Gardens as well as the Amazing Woman. It's really beautiful and inspirational stamp set, The Amazing Woman, and I absolutely love using it, especially for my friends, my colleagues, and my mothers and sisters. Now I'm going to create just a shading type of card and playing with multiple embossing powders. So with this flower, I've only stamped it 3 times. It's best to work with odd numbers, and I'm going to focus more on the bottom right of my white card panel here. I'm going to heat set it with my Wow Embossing Powder heat gun. And this baby blue colour, this Metalline First Frost, is a baby blue colour mixed with a real pearlescent shimmer, which is just beautiful, and in the light it's just that extra bit of shimmer that you would love to see on any type of card. They've brought out a really good Metalline range, and I will strongly encourage you to have a look and see what colours they also have. Now I'm going to stamp the leaves. There's different sizes of leaves, so I've chosen 2 different sizes, and I'm going to heat emboss these with silver. I love using the Superfine, especially for details, and I'm finding that with this leaf particularly, because it has like a detail with the stem part, it picks it all up, which was beautiful. Now if you have any excess powders, what I recommend is using a brush to brush it off, and I find the Wow Embossing Powder and the ink really go well together and only stick to where you need it to stick. Now that heat gun works really fast as well. It got one button on and off, and that's all you need. Now this little trios of circles here, I'm going to stamp randomly all over, and I'm going to heat set that with white embossing powder. The Opaque Bright White is a beautiful bright spark type of white, and you would love it. Once I've heat set the white, I'm going to add some little bit of shading just to give those embossing powders a little bit more pop. So I'm just generously applying all these and just picking up anywhere that doesn't need extra white embossing powder. Now this Distress Oxide Hickory Smoke ink, I've just lightly tapped on with the ink blending tool, just picking up the slightest of ink. I kind of just want to create that very light shaded type of look, and then once I wipe the excess off the embossed images, it makes these images really pop even more. So it's just subtle, but enough to add that extra bit of shading and depth to this card. This easily could have been a 1-layer card with the multiple colours of embossing powders used, but I do like to add some layers sometimes. Once I'm happy with the depth and shading, I'll just pick up the extra ink just with a tissue, or you can use a paper towel or a microfiber cloth, whatever tickles your fancy. Whatever just is able to pick up that extra ink. Now if you notice, I actually used, for the sponging, my Wow Embossing Powder craft mat. Beautiful craft mat, wipes off easily, cleans well, you'll just love it. So I've got this silver cardstock here. It's actually a shimmer type of cardstock. I was initially a bit worried I was thinking maybe the embossing powder was really going to stick because it's a shimmery type of cardstock, but it worked. This embossing powder worked well. It didn't stick at all, only in the parts where the ink was and maybe where I had a little bit of residue through my, my hands. And then I heat set this and cut it into a thin strip, and I bring in my MFT stripes paper. I've been playing with that lately, so I just can't get enough of it. I've got it out of my hard vault, and then ever since it's been sitting on my desk, and I'm using it in lots of my projects again. Just using my tonic trimmer here and the paper. I'm just kind of playing around to see how much paper I need or want to use. I'm just using a little strip, and I'm just going to add that little bit of detail, kind of a pennant type of feel on the card. I've got a white, black top folding card base, and I made sure the white panel was a smidge smaller, like I'm talking a hair smaller all around, and so you only see a slight bit of the border of the black card base. I put the adhesive, because it's so close, I actually put the liquid adhesive on the black cardstock rather than doing it what I would normally do and put it on the white. And once you can see, you could barely see the black card top folding base, and I'll bring it here and see how it's just a smidgen hair thinner all around the sides. Isn't it shimmery and beautiful? I just love these Metalline powders with the silver. It's just beautiful. Now I've got some pretty pink posh droplets here. This is a container that a friend had given me, and I just keep them in this container here, and I just adhere down just a sprinkle of them throughout my card, and that just finishes my card off. It's a simple card. I hope you enjoyed today's card creation, and happy Mother's Day to everyone. Thanks for watching.